If you're a student, be honest. How many times have you pulled an all-nighter, crammed last minute, and promised yourself you'd never do it again, only to do it again the very next exam? Yep, same. But here's the thing, studying doesn't have to be painful. In fact, with the right system, you can save time, stress less, and still crush your exams. I've chatted with tons of students. Some are better than others. And today I'm giving you the 6 steps that the top students have in common to help you level up your studying game with no caffeine IV required. We'll dive into making your notes smart, flattening your assignments, leveraging your resources, mastering your material, having a recovery plan, and delivering an A+ test performance. So let's get started. Step 1 is to make your notes smart. Notes aren't about copying what the professor says. Smart notes are about making your brain do the heavy lifting. If you're in a non-technical course, use the question, evidence, and conclusion format. This makes your notes less like a diary and more like an argument. If you're in technical courses, collect as many sample problems and solutions as possible. Don't just write the formula, write the steps. Because exams don't test memory, they test processes. Think of it like a muscle. The more you practice, the better you'll be able to do the problems. And as you're taking notes, if you miss anything, put placeholders to follow up and fill in the blanks later in the office hours with the professor or teaching assistant, or with your study group, or your own personal research. As a pro tip, always go to class. Yup, sounds obvious, but showing up means you capture the points your professors emphasize. And guess what usually shows up on exams? Yup, that stuff. As a double pro tip, if your professor isn't the most engaging, while they're teaching the lesson, ask yourself, how can I use this? Why must I use this? And when will I use this? This will help you stay engaged with the material, even if your instructor doesn't help. Step 2 is to flatten your assignments. Assignments can feel huge, but you can treat them like daily sprints and not training the night before for a marathon. Work a little bit each day, and you'll avoid the dreaded day before syndrome. Pay attention to due dates and flatten your timelines and plans to do your assignments instead of putting a huge mountain the week or the night before. When you're deciding what to read, favor sources that make an argument, and then prioritize sources that describe events or people, and if it's only context reading, make that the lowest priority. How do you know which is which? A quick skim of the material can help you tell the difference. And when you practice, don't just review notes, use active recall and work through the problems. Active recall helps you practice retrieving the information when you need it, and working through the problems helps you build your problem-solving muscles. Also, write out your answers formally, even for practice. That way you won't blank during the real thing. Plus, you won't have to waste time rewriting them if you have to actually submit them. This is one of the most important tips and habits to develop. Think of it like training for the rest of your life. If you don't want to be a procrastinator, put your habits and mindset in place now so that you can compound over your career and lifetime. And if you need help, get a coach to help you. Perhaps me? You can join the Focus Inspired Academy and get a free 1-month trial for supporting the channel and using the link below. But let's continue with a pro tip for your assignments. Break the assignments into micro tasks. 20 minutes of effort daily beats the 2 a.m. panic the night before every single time. Think of it like compound interest. It doesn't seem like much at first, but it grows over time. The dark side is that if you don't start putting them into place now, then it compounds on the negative side. It may feel weird at first, but the great part is that you can do it. Step 3 is to leverage your resources. Imagine studying for everything, only to realize that half of it wasn't even on the test. Ouch. Well, how do you avoid this? Ask your profs and TAs directly. What exactly will this test cover? Profs love clarity questions. They may not answer specifically, but the directional response can help narrow down your studying. If your course is non-technical, cluster your notes by theme. And if it is technical, build a mega problem set. Basically, a one-stop workout plan for your brain. If you're working in a group, spend the time filling in the blanks, discussing concepts to help you understand, or by getting feedback for your work. In a group, minimize reading and review activities. You can do that on your own time. Maximize group time by leveraging the smarts of your classmates with discussion, debate, and problem solving. And if you can teach each other, that's an even better use of your time. As a pro tip, office hours aren't just for when you're lost. You can use them to confirm test scope. That's like getting the cheat codes legally. Step 4 is to master the material. Okay, here's where we level up. Passive review doesn't cut it. You need active recall. Quiz yourself, cover up your answers, and test your memory. Apply what you learned to new examples. And make sure you spread out your memorization over days instead of one monster session. This is called spaced repetition, and it's basically memory magic. Also, take time to level up your memory skills. You can use the acronym SEE and the letter C. The first S stands for senses. You can imagine a picture, or better, a movie, and if you add sounds and even touch, then you remember even more. The first E stands for exaggeration. Make pictures huge, or a large number, or make them funky colors. Anything that exaggerates what's there. The second E stands for emotion. Feel the scene. Make it funny, or even sad, or violent. That's when things are most memorable. And the last C stands for connections. Connect the scene to something that you already know to help with recall. Look up the concept of a memory palace if you really want to supercharge your memory. As a pro tip, the harder it feels to recall, the better you're learning. Struggling equals your brain wiring stronger connections. And the more you struggle at first, the easier it will be later with your stronger learning muscles. Step 5 is an academic recovery plan. Sometimes you miss a lecture. Sometimes you zone out. It happens. But don't let small gaps become black holes. First, eliminate any questions about materials covered in class. For any blanks that you noted, get some help from your prof or TA. And if you can't get to office hours, then reach out to classmates. Don't just rely on notes from the classmates. Get some time with them to discuss. For readings you don't understand, ask your prof or TA for clarity. Don't spin your wheels in confusion. As a pro tip, create a red flag list in your notes. Anything you don't fully get goes here. If you clear this list before your exams, then you're golden. Step 6 is to deliver an A+ test performance. Now, it's exam day. Do your best to get a good night's rest beforehand, and don't just dive in blindly. Look over the entire test first. Start with the easy questions to build momentum, and for essays, write a mini outline before answering, and use every leftover minute to check and recheck your work, because nothing hurts more than losing points for a silly mistake. As a pro tip, think of exams like a boss fight in a video game. You don't just charge in, you scan the map, pick off the easy enemies, then save your power-ups for the boss at the end. So remember, make your notes smart, flatten your assignments, leverage your resources, master the material, have a recovery plan, and deliver an A+ test performance. If you follow these 6 steps, studying goes from chaotic panic to a repeatable system. Now it's your turn. Drop a comment below with what's your biggest study struggle right now? Procrastination, memorization, focus, or something else? If this helped, smash the like button, subscribe for more student success tips, and share this with a friend who's still pulling all-nighters. Before you click off, if you'd like help staying organized, click here. And if you want help nailing your next coffee chat, click here. Until next time, be focused and stay inspired.